What's up, everybody? I have a really fun video planned for us today, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. But right before we do, if you're wondering, who the fuck is this guy and why should I listen to him? Well, first things first is I am a multi-six-figure organic drop shipper, so I've had the experience to be able to tell you what it's gonna take for you to get there. Within the last year and a half, I've done close to $700,000 in lifetime revenue with organic drop shipping. I've never ran a paid ad in my life. I've done billions of views, multiple accounts, over 100,000 plus followers, and by the end of 2025 I will be a 7-figure organic drop shipper. So to say I have the credibility to speak on this topic is an understatement. And also, outside of my own perspective and my own experiences with organic drop shipping, I'm also the founder of the best organic drop shipping consulting company on the internet. So this list technically isn't even just from my brain, it's from the brain of me and all of my 6-figure students. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I guess there's really no better way to start than with YouTube videos specifically. So what I'm referring to when I have YouTube here, it's educational YouTube videos. So educational organic dropshipping YouTube videos. There are a lot of different styles of videos. Of course, there's fun, entertaining lifestyle videos, but I'm specifically referring to educational content, like basically my whole channel, where people are actually breaking down like significant things, some of it being like actual data and actually genuine like knowledge. I'm not talking just, just very plain Jane regurgitated nonsense that you hear from everybody else, but I'm talking actual education videos. This is going to go at A, because although it's not absolutely necessary, it's insanely valuable. Not even just in terms of education, if you're more of a beginner, but just in general, even me as, the position I'm in, probably one of the best organic drop shippers in the entire space, at least that posts on YouTube. I still go and watch random organic drop shipping content just to stay in the loop, stay in the know, stay, knowing all the new trends or new things that may be occurring in the space. Now, keeping this momentum, I want to move on to websites. This is a bit of a controversial topic. Some people say, oh my God, it's this great skill. You need to know it. You need to have it. You need to do it yourself, etc., etc. I think the complete opposite. I think out of basically every skill that you could have for organic dropshipping or that you need to learn for organic dropshipping, building a website is probably the lowest ROI you could have, because although it's beneficial for sure, no matter what. And, it can lead to higher conversions and, average order value, all this great stuff, but it's also something you can just pay someone else to do. I can't remember actually the last time I have created a website, honestly, within the last like 2 months, but that's just because I wanted to do, I wanted to have my own twist on it. I wanted to have more control over it, but just in general, you do not need, it's not an absolute must to know how to build a website. I think there are some basics and some fundamentals you need to know just in case something occurs, you can't get a hold of anybody, or you need to jump into your website and change something really quickly. But bottom of the totem pole when it comes to skills you actually need to learn, or what's actually going to get you to a multi-6-figure organic dropshipper level. So with that being said, it's going to go at D. Now we're going to move on to my very favorite subject when it comes to all of organic dropshipping, and I'm probably the one that pushes this the most. I don't know why. I don't know if it comes from incompetence from other people or if they just aren't driven this way, but I'm very data driven. I'm very I didn't just start doing organic just to do organic and keep treating it like this little side hustle thing that a lot of people do. I treat it like a full-blown business. So I'm talking teams, automations, hiring people, putting this system in place, putting that system in place. Even when it comes down to content like my IG strategy, it's all data driven, right? And I feel like that's a huge thing that separated me in terms of how fast I've seen success and how I still continue to see consistent success, and how I'm able to also be able to educate other people on organic dropshipping in such a good way, is because from the very beginning, I treated organic dropshipping like a full-blown fucking company. I don't care, call it cringy, call it what you want. This is what the fuck winners do. From the very beginning, I was treating it like a full-blown business. So with that being said, I feel like that's probably the best, that's the most advantageous position I could be in. That's what had me at the highest advantage possible. Is I wasn't treating this like some little side thing I was doing or some side project, or once I get things going I'll try harder. No, the moment I didn't even have a fuck all clue making my first video, I was sitting down, preparing things, putting things in motion, thinking what was my next move, what's the next thing I'm gonna do to the business, treating it like a full-blown fucking Fortune 500 company from the very get. So with that being said, of course that's gonna go at the very top to S tier. I mean, it's a no-brainer. That is going to be the very thing that takes you to the next level. If maybe even if you just made 100 or 200K, that's going to start, getting you closer to that 7-figure mark. That's going to be treating this like an actual company, okay? Treating this like an actual business. Now, let's move on to another sort of, more controversial topic, and this is going to be the gym, working out. Now, I'm not going to spend too long on this, and I'm definitely not going to guru you and be like, oh my God, you got to fucking wake up, meditation, gym, let's do this, let's do that, no. But just common sense, like this is just basic science. On every level, just staying in good condition and just a little bit of fitness in your life helps you in every aspect of health and cognitively. So, it's just kind of a no-brainer. No matter what, I'm not saying you have to go out there and be pumped, shredded, jacked, or look as, majestic as me in this photo. And yes, I'm catfishing a little bit. This is like a 2-year-old photo. I definitely have a higher body fat percentage now, but that's irrelevant. But no matter what, I think it's, just in general, even outside of organic dropshipping, just in business, I think you have to have some sort of schedule of staying not in shape, but just trying to stay healthy, trying to stay active. Okay, it's gonna make you feel better, it's gonna help you think better, and then in return, you're gonna be making better and more thoughtful decisions for your business. So in the long run, it technically does help your business, and no matter what anybody says, it does help you make more money. Although yes, you do not absolutely need to work out. It's not an absolute must. Oh my God, if I don't work out, I'm not gonna make it. That's not what I mean. Just in general, it's gonna be advantageous in every way, and it's definitely gonna help you keep a clearer head and just, once again, make better decisions for your business. So that's why I'm going to put this at B. Because it's not an absolute must, but it's helpful in every way, especially when we get to 6 to 7 figure organic dropshipper status and want to keep that consistency. The very next topic I'm going to bring up, I have this cool little doodle here. He's saying I can't reach, yada yada. If you can't tell, what I'm referring to is running higher barrier to entry products. This has become, a huge thing in the space. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm just gonna go, like this is everybody's thought process. Oh, I wanna go run all these products that are really hard for anybody else to run, or, the main thing that people see as higher barrier to entry is, oh my God, they take hours and hours to record, nobody else is going to want to do it, or it's extremely hard to go viral with. So basically what they do is they throw out the main trait of what makes a winning organic dropshipping product, which is wow factor and virality factor, and then they think, oh, I'm fucking badass, I've done millions of views, so I'm gonna be that guy that just goes and takes this product and runs it to the moon, nobody else can. It's not going to work out like that. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work out in your favor. 9 times out of 10 you just end up running a product for a week or two. It's hard as fuck to go viral with, even when you're doing a great job, because it's just not intrinsically viral. You're fighting an uphill battle, and then it's just 2 weeks of your time wasted and you move on to the next product. So for me, really, I'm just speaking in terms of people that are choosing these higher barrier to entry products that take a shit ton of time. So like these big ass Lego products, hell no, never in my life. And this is once again coming from one of the most credible people in the space. I never would in my life. I would not ever run one of these big ass Lego products. I don't give a damn. Secondly, the other people I'm referring to when I'm talking about these higher barrier to entry products are these people who are taking away half of what makes a winning product just in the sake of, higher barrier to entry. And that's, choosing products that do not have wow factor and are really hard to go viral with. Yes, at some point in time, somebody's gonna get a product to hit or do this or that. But I mean, dude, if you just think about it realistically, think about kind of like the odds of that happening compared to you just running a good ass product, not caring about saturation or higher barrier to entry, the odds are always gonna be more in your favor by chilling the fuck out and with all this bullshit, higher barrier to entry, taking on, just this uphill battle with all of your products. So it's gonna be at C. Okay, honestly, damn near put it closer to D, but like I said, it can have its moment where it does help. It's just 9 times out of 10, even for the best of the best, it's not gonna work out in your favor. Now, let's move on to consciously scrolling. I hope this image kind of insinuates that a little bit, but consciously scrolling. What do I mean by this? I'm not just talking on your burner, and this is a switch I made really early on, almost damn near, of course everybody has their moments, but damn near the moment I started organic dropshipping, my mind kind of just flipped a switch. And I noticed in a lot of you never flip that switch. And the switch I'm talking about is I took myself from, just doing organic and then, always just being kind of a consumer, like a creator and a consumer of sorts. So I'm making these videos, I'm dealing with all these products, I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm also, just randomly getting on my phone to scroll and literally fucking brain rot. I am to a point now to where it's almost impossible for me to scroll on my phone without thinking of organic dropshipping and without taking even the most random videos you could think of and thinking, how can I apply these to my next product, or maybe a new product I have coming in, or a product I'm running right now. Ooh, this is a great concept, or a great sound, or a great text hook, or a great visual hook. I can't even fucking shut it off. That's the position you need to get to, because then there is no more, oh my God, I don't know what content to create, or you're just never testing different concepts because you just cannot think of anything, or you're only copying competitors because you can't think of anything. You literally, your brain just becomes this fucking magnet of new creatives, new angles, new concepts. So with that being said, it's going to go to A tier. Okay, this is highly valuable. Honestly, I teetered on going to S tier with it, but it's not top of the top of the top. So it's gonna go at A tier. Very, very, very valuable. Now, while we're on that subject, let's talk about originality. Okay, kind of goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about. But the one thing that also I've realized that's just in general most beneficial, just being that 6-figure organic dropshipper, getting to it and then staying more consistent, is becoming more original with your content specifically. I'm not saying you need to become 100% original, but you'll very shortly start to notice how much better just everything in terms of engagement, views, and your videos as a whole starts to increase when you start kind of looking at everything on this scale of originality. So as you're a beginner, you start out over here at 0% originality. You are just copying competitors. You don't even know what to think of. You haven't been doing it long enough to be consciously scrolling all the time. You're just starting to make videos, or you've even been drop shipping. Maybe you got lucky. You've done like 50K, but you don't really know why. You kind of got lucky, maybe a really primed IG, etc., etc. But everybody always starts here. Even people that have been doing it for months, years, they kind of stay in this area, right? And that's why they're so inconsistent. So imagine we're on a scale of originality. This is 0%, this is 100%. Your goal as you develop and become more and more of a better organic dropshipper is to start getting further away from this 0% and start getting closer to 100%. Now, just realistically, you will never get to 100%. Like, you'll have ideas. Even me now, I have an idea every now and again. I would say maybe 1 to 2 a month max, where it's like, never been done before, never the sound, the text, the nothing. It's completely original. But I mean, it's very rare. And then even then, sometimes they don't work out in your favor and they don't go viral. But in general, you want to be thinking, how can I be, get to this 50% or at least 80% original? That's where I kind of like to be, this almost 80% original factor. So to give you an example, instead of being, at this 0% or 10% of originality factor with my content, where I'm basically almost copying one of one, or maybe I'm just changing the visuals of a video I found and I'm copying it. Over here in this 80%, I'm meaning almost as if you never ever copy anything in one of one, but you just take rendition from everything else. So that's why I said it kind of goes into this consciously scrolling thing, because what this does, once you have this magnet of just constantly feeding you just content after content, you have this content magnet, you can kind of just, like me personally, every time I'm scrolling, if I just take like a random hour to brain rot, brother, I end up with like 5+ new videos in my notes. Okay, and I categorize everything by each product, and I'll put it in this, and I'll say, oh, test this tomorrow, etc., etc. And with that being done, that's how you kind of get into that 80% original area, because you no longer just copy one of one. I found this random video that isn't even promoting a product, but it has a great visual and text hook. So I'm going to take that, change 2 words out of it, and use that text and similar visual hook to my product, and then be original with the rest. So that's kind of like the perfect example of what I mean by 80% original. So really never copying one to one almost any aspect of the video, but just taking the main best part of videos you find while you're consciously scrolling, or even scrolling on your burner, and using that to craft your own original concept. So with that being said, this is also going to go into the A slot. Now, let's switch lanes entirely. I want to get back this is also kind of goes hand in hand with the guys that want to run higher barrier to entry products. And what I have right here with this little photo, what this is trying to show, or what I'm trying to show you with this, is MOQ products, running custom products. Once again, we've already went over my credibility, and I will tell you, just kind of like the Lego example, I highly doubt ever in my future I have not now, and I probably never will in the future, run a MOQ or custom product. Just genuinely sit down and think about it. Get all this bullshit fog of all this dog shit information you keep consuming on YouTube. Throw it out the way and just think with your brain. This is organic drop shipping. Drop shipping. not fucking custom product branding organic, okay? Like, think about this with your brain. There are products out there that you're gonna go MOQ. 9 times out of 10, these products are still 2, 3, 4K per mil. What the fuck sense does it make to go deal with MOQ, extra bullshit with your supplier, handling inventory, all this extra stuff that comes with MOQ and custom products, when there are products out there that you can drop ship? Remember, it's organic drop shipping. Half of the reason drop shipping is so good is because there is no upfront cost. You don't deal with inventory. You don't deal with all these things. That's why the business model is what it is. There are products out there that convert just as good as those bullshit MOQ products that you're now wasting money and a lot more time on, and the stress and the headache of seeing if it'll even work, that convert just as good, if not more. Hundreds of 2, 3, 4, 5K per mil products, 10K per mil products that you never custom make, you never MOQ. And then another dog shit argument I hear alongside this is, oh, higher barrier to entry, they can't custom, it's custom, they can't run it. That is so fucking retarded. Guess what, pal? The moment you do that, and the moment you start dealing with that headache of MOQ bullshit, all this custom bullshit, somebody else is gonna decide to also go deal with that headache because they have the same retarded thought. Oh, it's gonna be higher barrier to entry. It's MOQ, it's this and that. Let me go waste my money, waste my time, be more stressed, and just put myself at a disadvantage as a whole. That's another thing, honestly, thinking about it now in the midst of talking to you guys, I wish I would have added on here. I don't know in how I would put that in picture form, but just trying to think to yourself constantly, how can I put myself at an advantage, not a disadvantage? And you guys have it twisted. You think higher barrier to entry is putting you at an advantage. No, as a whole, if you just kind of think with common sense, you're actually putting yourself at a disadvantage. Hopefully, wishful thinking that it puts you at an advantage. Same thing with MOQ. This isn't putting you at an advantage. You're wishing and hoping it puts you at an advantage, but in general, it puts you at a disadvantage, okay? This is the way you have to start thinking to really get to this level, this 6-7 figure mark, and do it consistently, okay? So with that being said, C. Another C. Like I said, that and the higher barrier to entry bullshit, they go hand in hand. Now, let's talk about what everybody wants to know about, right? Courses, communities, Discords, all this stuff, mentors even. This is the most value you guys can get. This is it, right? In general, this trumps any education YouTube video you're gonna find, any other thing. We're not talking about these. There's a lot of bad Discords out there, guys. There's a lot of bad communities. There's all this bullshit. Me, when I very first started about 1.5 years ago, getting closer to 2 years now, I joined a Discord called The Collective. Shout out The Collective. They have switched lanes entirely now and basically don't exist, but they are one of the biggest servers for organic dropshipping. And to this day, I'll be honest, guys, I never even watched the fucking course. I'm still subscribed to this Discord. It has a new name and everything. I'm still subscribed and give them my money to this day, almost out of nostalgia. I will never leave this because that's what started me. That's where I started. There's multiple guys in this space that I know of right now that are on my level, 6 figures, getting close to 7 figures. And we all started in this badass Discord. It was never even really so much about the course, even though I'm sure the course had amazing value. It was the community. It was staying part of something bigger than yourself. It was getting insights from other people personally that had went through something that you're starting to go through or know about this little tip or trick. You never ever know, like that you could get just that one message in a Discord that changes everything. That one text that somebody randomly throws into the chat. You're like, holy fuck, I never thought about that. That's why these Discord communities are so valuable. Like I said, there's a lot of bad ones out there, okay? It's up to you to do your due diligence to get in the correct one that actually provides a ridiculous amount of value. And on top of that, that Discord is where I got one of my first actual real private suppliers. Okay, and just all these little things that's one of those missing links. Now that I'm speaking about this, that's a perfect time to bring up the money making committee. Like I said, guys, I don't give a fuck if you join mine, but in terms of value, it is the best out there. You could literally go and take every single Discord that exists, compare them all together. Let's say somebody gave you $500 and you could just buy all of them and then lay them out on a table and look at which one and the value they provide. You could be brand new to this space, not even know what any of this shit means, and it'd be obvious just to the naked eye the difference in value of the money making committee. It's a whole different level. And if you're interested in what I'm talking about and you want to join that, the link is going to be in the description below this video. Literally just click on it, boom, you'll be in there. It's amazing stuff. It's definitely, like I said, it actually is the best technically consulting company on the internet. We're literally number 3 in all of e-com, number 3 in the world. But back to what I was saying. This is like what gets you there. Like not only just everything I explained, but also the accountability part, bro. And it just really kind of helps bring everything together. I could not have imagined, not even in my wildest dreams, being where I'm at. There's just no way. There's no way I would be where I'm at if I was not in a Discord, bro, because it keeps you in the loop. I couldn't imagine doing it alone. Like, I don't even know what the fuck would be what, bro. I felt so involved in the entire space. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna lose. And then on top of that, I'm looking in the results channel every day, and there's a random 16-year-old, a random 20-year-old, fucking, then you got a 40-year-old randomly posting 50, 100K months. Talk about fucking drive. That's doing way more than any of these, oh, I made $100,000 from organic, watch this video on YouTube. Because you're seeing it live in the flesh, bro. And if you're anything like me, I'm very competitive. I saw this and I said, oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, if they can do it, I can do it. Watch when I post in the results channel, right? All of these things collectively, it's not just the course, bro. It's a community. And then of course that comes with that, all these resources, all this awesome stuff, but it's just being part of the fucking space. That's why these are so beneficial. So that's why Discord, communities, mentorships, all that stuff, it's gonna go at S, because these just fast track everything. And like I said, dude, they keep you in the fucking loop, and that's probably the highest advantage that you could possibly have. Doing this alone, I don't know. There is probably just, I'll make this video and there's gonna be that one random guy out there commenting, yeah, bro, I've never fucking joined Discord in my life, bro. I've rarely seen somebody that's never seeked any bit of just any sort of advice outside of YouTube that's really a big dog in this space. So now we're going to move on to second to last subject. And this is going to be, if you can't tell by this account right here, this is one of my big boy accounts. This is Anime Blades. And what I'm referring to, what I'm trying to explain here is studying bigger dropshipping accounts. If you've even been in the space a few weeks, you've seen this common trend of like monstrous accounts, even just scrolling on your burner. You've definitely clicked on an account that has 50, 60, 70, 100K, 200,000 followers, okay? They're there for a reason. You need to go, and this is one of the things that really also helped kind of catapult me into consistent multi-six figures. I wasn't just doing niche research, or I wasn't just doing, conscious scrolling. I was going and studying these guys. I wasn't just trying to steal their videos. I wasn't just trying to copy their videos. I was sitting there saying like, how are they moving their hands? Okay, that looks really aesthetic. How is he moving? Let me go and try to just take my phone and a random product that I've been running and maybe try to move it like that in the camera. Oh my gosh, why does that look so high quality? Okay, it's gotta be lighting. Let me go get better at my lighting. Okay, I see with this concept how he insinuated this certain vibe with this background and this sound, right? All of these things, like genuinely studying these guys, because I mean, that's just live proof in the flesh. These guys are doing exactly what you're trying to do. So you need to be going and finding these accounts. Like even inside the money making committee, actually, I have a random channel where there's a bunch of compiled big boy drop shipping accounts where you see all these, what I like to call titans, right? These guys that are the known, 6 to 7 figure organic drop shippers. They're known to have multiple big accounts, right? These guys that really know what the fuck they're doing on my level. I have a list of them. This is so beneficial. Just going and clicking and watching. I'm not saying go copy their videos. I'm not saying just take rendition from them. I'm saying study these guys. Ask yourself, why did they do this? Why did they do that? How did they make that look so clean? You get what I'm saying? Genuinely trying to educate yourself as you're just watching their videos, studying them, whether you want to study them every day, a couple hours a day, you like one account, all of them, bro. Go study these big boy organic drop shippers and you'll see them. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. And 9 times out of 10, you'll start seeing them, like recognizing the same hands and shit. And you'll be like, oh my God, it's that guy, right? Constantly study these people, right? I like to kind of always be a student, even though I'm at a level where basically the highest credibility you could have. And like I said, I'm the founder of the best organic dropshipping consulting company on the internet. I think of myself as always being a student, always trying to learn, even if it's from somebody levels and levels below me, right? I'll even hop in every now and again and go and look at these accounts and see, like, what are they doing? Okay, what have they tried? What have they been testing? Always be a student of the game. It don't matter where the fuck you're at. That's why it's going to go at A. Okay, studying big organic dropshipping accounts. Now, I want to finish this video off with the very final little part of our tier list, and it's gonna be a picture of Kobe. Now, why is it a picture of Kobe? That's because Kobe is known for saying, be obsessed with the game. I'm obsessed with the game. And if you couldn't tell by now, I am motherfucking obsessed with the game. It don't matter. Like I said, this also kind of goes hand in hand with, treating it like a business from the very get. Bro, the moment I found out what organic dropshipping was, the moment I had my first few products in, Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm not saying go do this. It got so bad that I was having relationship issues, bro. I was waking up. I was going to work my dog shit ass 9 to 5. I was coming home grinding 5-6 hours. I was sitting there trying to get my son's grandma to watch him so I could continue videoing. And if I wasn't doing that, instead of spending time with anybody else, going to see family, spending time with my girlfriend, even spending time with my son, like I said, I'm not saying go do this, right? There's levels to this shit. Even something as drastic as that. Instead, if I wasn't making videos, if I wasn't doing something to make my business better, I was watching YouTube videos. I was in these Discords talking to guys, obsessed, right? And now I naturally, I will go ahead and just tell you guys, I do have literal OCD. It's actually technically called hyper OCD. I have a hyper obsessive compulsive disorder. So that's why I also have to be careful with basically anything I do. I'm not talking like drug addiction, although it could go into that, but basically anything that I find a tiny bit of enjoyment out of, if just a tiny bit of serotonin gets rolling the moment I do an activity, a thing, whatever, I get hooked. And I'm talking like ruin your life hooked, okay? I know, obviously, it's a blessing and a curse for me. Some of you don't have this blessing, okay? But you can still be obsessive. You can make yourself obsessive. I'm a little luckier. You know, I'm just naturally born this way. But this is something you need to think to yourself. Am I fucking obsessed? Dude, if you, like, here's the thing, right? This isn't a motivation thing. This isn't like, oh my God, I just, you know, something's got to, I want to do it. No. Like, if you're even having this thought of, oh, I'll just skip like 2-3 videos today. I want to go hang with the boys for the weekend. Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're cooked already. I hear this all the time. It's like, guys, how do I hold myself accountable? How do I do this? How do I do that? Bro, you're fucking cooked already. You're cutting your feet off before you even run, bro. I'm so obsessed. And it's like, you know, it's a little easier for me now. I have so many systems, so many operations in place, this, that, and the third, that I can chill out a little bit more now. But when I was still at the very bottom of the totem pole, bro, I was so fucking obsessed. You got me fucked up. If you think I even had one thought of going out and partying, going to try to hang with the gang, fuck no. You know what was cooler to me? You know what? It was not like I had to force myself to do this, guys. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This was not a forced thing. I wanted it that bad. There was no other thought on my mind. Now I'm reappearing into fucking reality just these last 2-3 months. Motherfuckers don't even know where I was, bro. It's been years. That's the fucking level of obsession I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck what anybody else tells you. Be obsessed. If you want to win fast and realistically, like see crazy success, life-changing success very early on, you have to be obsessed. There is no other way to go about it. Be fucking obsessed. You'll win hard, you'll win fast, you will win frequently, okay? So with that being said, that is going to be S tier. If there was a fucking something higher than S tier, obsessed would be up there, okay? That out trumps everything. Just being absolutely fucking obsessed with the game. All right, guys, so that is going to conclude our tier list for what's going to make you and what also made me a multi-6-figure organic dropshipper and what's going to help you get there in 2025. I hope this was not only entertaining for you guys, but actually gave you a shit ton of value. I tried to include as much little bit of sauce as I could for you guys. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to like, subscribe, go check out all of my other previous videos. You're going to be like, holy shit, what did I stumble upon? This guy is fucking insane, because I'm one of the only channels that actually sits there and educates on in-depth subjects and topics in organic drop shipping. But with all that being said, don't forget, if you were interested in joining the Money Making Committee, the Discord I was referring to earlier in the video, feel free to click that link in the description below. I will see you in there. We love all of our new members. We're insanely active. The community is just crazy. Like I said, just take a peek in there. You'll be like, holy fucking shit. But outside of that, go follow your boy on IG if you really fuck with me. And that is going to conclude today's video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.